Language Co-op. Ahorita repito este mensaje en español. Thank you to the organizers of this event for your commitment to language justice. Thank you for letting people participate and engage in the language of their heart, the language that they feel most comfortable in. That is the language that we practice at home. So we're going to be using simultaneous interpretation for this meeting. When I finish saying this in Spanish, we're going to turn on interpretation. And if you're joining virtually, you're going to see a globe icon on the bottom of your bar that says interpretation. If you're not fully bilingual, I ask that you select your preferred language. If you're joining today from a phone or a tablet, it has 3 dots on the bottom that says more. You're going to click on that and then select your language. Hola a todas las personas, mi nombre es Gisela Escobedo y estoy aquí con la Community Language Co-op. Quiero darle las gracias a los organizadores de este evento por su compromiso a la justicia del lenguaje. Gracias por permitir a las personas participar e involucrarse en el idioma de su corazón, en el idioma que se sienten más cómodos, que es el que practicamos en casa. Vamos a estar usando la interpretación simultánea para esta reunión. Cuando termine de decir esto, vamos a aprender interpretación y usted va a ver un icono de un globo en la barra de abajo de su pantalla que dice interpretación. Si no eres completamente bilingüe, te pido que selecciones tu idioma preferido. Si eres bilingüe, no necesitas usar nuestros servicios. Y si estás con nosotros desde hoy, desde una tableta o un teléfono, vienen 3 puntitos en la parte de abajo que dice más. Le vas a dar un clic ahí y de ahí seleccionas tu idioma. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and turn on interpretation.
Thank you, Gisela. Thank you. I will call the March 24th, 2025 regular meeting of the City Council to order. The time is 7:02. Let's do roll call, please.
You have a quorum, Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Everyone signed in. So, all right. I'm gonna call for motion to excuse Mayor Byer-Fleur.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Mayor Byer-Fleur.
Okay. I have a motion by Councilmember Whitaker and second by Councilmember Ernie Camacho. And is it gonna pop up to vote?
For you.
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. And that motion is approved. If you can stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance, please.
We open this meeting by asking you for your peace. You are the source of all peace, and we find in you our own peace. You are a God of order and not confusion. We ask that you would help us approach this meeting with a spirit of peace and harmony. We pray that any disagreements or conflicts that may arise in our community will be resolved peacefully. Help us to communicate with respect and understanding, always seeking common ground. We pray for the peace of mind and heart for each person in this meeting. May we trust in your plans and have faith that you are working all things together for the good of all. Father, we also pray for peace in our community, for peace regarding our police and fire departments, and that all Sheridan residents can benefit from and propagate peace for those who serve us so selflessly. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Jake. Next up is approval to agenda.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, I would like to ask the council to amend the agenda this evening to add a proclamation. This proclamation is to recognize the Vietnam War and the VFW post for March 29th of 2025. And I believe that you have that proclamation in front of you.
I do.
And so Mayor and Council, or Mayor Pro Tem and Council, we just need a motion to amend that, and then we can proceed.
Okay. So motion to amend. First motion is by Councilmember Marino and second by Stang. Thank you so much.
Any
We can-
questions on that proclamation?
No. Anyone have any questions on the proclamation? Okay. We can vote, please. Next, we will present the proclamation recognizing Planning Chairwoman Cynthia Thea Hutchison and our local VFW chapter proclaiming March 29th, 2025 as National Vietnam War Veterans Day.
Pardon the interruption. I just don't have a vote from Councilmember Whitaker on that.
I'm sorry.
The software
Oh, did it?
went out too, yeah.
One moment.
Did everyone get kicked out?
Okay, now I have that passed majority vote.
That passed.
And then, yes, and then your first proclamation this evening is to recognize Planning Commission Chairwoman Cynthia Hutchinson.
Cool. Everyone's back in, everyone's good?
Mm.
All right, here we go. Proclamation. Recognition of Cynthia Thea Hutchison. Whereas Cynthia Thea Hutchison was first appointed to the Planning Commission on March 8th, 2006. And whereas she has represented the city by serving the city in that capacity for the past 19 years. And whereas Thea was elected to be chairwoman of the Planning Commission on February 21st, 2024. And whereas her assistance to the city of Sheridan completed substantial updates to the comprehensive plan in 2015. And whereas during Thea's tenure, the Planning and Zoning Commission participated in meaningful plans such as the River Point Urban Renewal Project, Habitat for Humanity Sheridan Square development, and the improvement or development of many Sheridan parks and open spaces. And whereas she has been consistently supportive of projects undertaken for the betterment of the city of Sheridan while balancing the needs of both citizens and applicants. Whereas Thea has always been supportive to the staff of the city of Sheridan. Now, therefore, the City Council of the city of Sheridan recognizes Cynthia Thea Hutchison as an outstanding citizen and extends its appreciation for the 19 years of dedicated service she has given the city as a member and a chairwoman for the Planning Commission over the years.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure. I've really enjoyed living here and I'm very sad to leave. Yeah, if you could all come down, we'll just grab. Makeup. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that would be great.
So can I get you to take one of mine?
Of course.
I think we're. Do you want to hold the sign, Thea?
Yeah,
Yeah, hold your signs.
Very careful. The edges are very sharp.
yes. All right, we're gonna hand you your sign.
Yeah, be careful with the edges. It's very sharp.
I bleed for the city.
You might.
I'll get a couple more on this one. All right, will you tilt your sign down just a little because it's reflecting? There we go. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Thea, for everything.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
You know what I found out? I found my letter to the mayor, Mayor Carter, with my application for city council, which kicked off the whole thing.
Oh, when you were going through all your stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're fine.
Mary Lynn.
Thank you.
All right. We ready? Everyone ready? All right, we're gonna read the next proclamation.
In front of it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Read it.
This one is National Vietnam War Veterans Day. Whereas on March 29th, 1973, combat and combat supportive units withdrew from South Vietnam, marking a significant moment in American history and signaling the end to direct U.S. military involvement in the Vietnam War. And whereas more than 500,000 United States military personnel bravely served during the Vietnam War, enduring immense sacrifices, hardships, and dangers in service to our country. And whereas the Vietnam War spanned nearly 2 decades, involving 5 U.S. presidents, leaving an indelible mark on American psyche and shaping the history of our nation. And whereas many Vietnam War veterans did not receive the recognition, honor, or gratitude they deserved upon returning home. And it is our duty as a nation and as a community to ensure their sacrifices are never forgotten. And whereas generations later, these brave veterans are finally receiving the respect and appreciation that was not freely given upon their return. And we reaffirm our commitment to honoring their service and legacy. And whereas National Vietnam War Veterans Day is an opportunity for the city of Sheridan to express its deepest gratitude to all the Vietnam War veterans, their families, and the loved ones of those who never returned, acknowledging their courage, resilience, and dedication to our country. And now, therefore, I, Terrence Kelly, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Sheridan, Colorado, do hereby proclaim March 29th, 2025 as National Vietnam War Veterans Day in the City of Sheridan, and urge all citizens to join in recognizing, honoring, and thanking the Vietnam War veterans for their selfless service and sacrifice. And witness, therefore, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Sheridan to affix this 24th day of March 2025. All right, next, will receive the financial reports. Is there any questions on the financial reports? No? Good. Okay. I have a motion by Councilmember Stang and a second by Councilmember Moreno. If we can vote, please. That motion passed. Staff reports. Next, we have staff reports. City Clerk.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Just one item in your mailbox, you will find the save the date for the Arapahoe County Mayors and Commissioners Youth Awards. Information was sent out. If you had any youth that you wanted to nominate, please get those in. But this will be Thursday, May 15th from 6 to 8 at the Arapahoe Center Point Plaza. I don't have any further updates, but I'm happy to answer questions.
City Attorney.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I do have a couple of comments as this will be my last meeting with City of Sheridan. I'm going to do my best not to get emotional. But before I jump into my, I just want to say thank you in my comments for you. I wanted also, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to Thea this evening, but she has been on Planning Commission longer than I've been an attorney and has served off and on over that time. And I did a lot of work with your Planning Commission back in the day, and she was just always a consistent and prepared and thoughtful commissioner, and just a joy to work with. Like truly one of my favorite people I've worked with at this city over the years. So anyway, I'm glad to see that you all honored her this evening. So again, as I said, this will be my firm's last meeting as the legal counsel for the city of Sheridan. We have served Sheridan since 2002. So there are several attorneys who have come before me at my firm: Jim Windholtz, Dave Williamson, Bill Hayashi. We've also had a few associates that some of you may or may not have worked with. And I was one of those associates early on. And working with Sheridan has just been a wonderful honor, but I also want to say that it's been an amazing privilege. And there's some specific reasons for that. I think first and foremost, in today's political climate, with the discord we see both nationally and among local governments, even that some of that's filtered down, Sheridan has consistently, over the years since 2008, at least when I've represented you all along with my partners at my firm, you've been consistent in being collaborative and united in listening to each other and having and acting with respect and integrity. And that's just such a wonderful council to have, where each council over the years has demonstrated that. And for better or for worse, that's not always the case anymore among cities and towns everywhere, right? So I just wanted to acknowledge your current council and the past councils, and just what how lucky my firm has been to work with a group that has been so high functioning and wonderful people who truly care about their community and are always seeking to make the best decisions. I hope it's not a rare thing, but it's something that I can say that my firm is so grateful to have gotten to work with all of you. I have to say the same about your staff. To have a council that is united and supportive of their staff and vice versa is also a really wonderful thing that unfortunately is not always the norm these days again. So I think Sheridan is just an extremely special place with very special people who are leading your city government and working for your city government. And as the city attorney, it's, I work for you, and the attorneys at my firm work for you. We are servants of public servants. I really see it that way. And it has been a wonderful journey to see the redevelopment in Sheridan and to walk with this city through some really exciting and amazing projects, River Point being one. Jim Windholtz had a lot to do with that back in the day. And to work with your staff over the years. You have amazing departments, amazing directors, wonderful city manager, and just staff across the board. And that makes it a real pleasure to work with you every day. One more comment for you, council. I would like to say that I am very excited to leave you in wonderful hands with your new legal counsel. It's very bittersweet to leave a client, and while, um, my firm is moving on to other things and I'm moving on to a new position, one of the things that caused me the most angst over the last couple of months was making sure that my wonderful clients would be wonderfully taken care of. And you all have gone through a process and selected a wonderful firm, and I am very excited for them because they get to inherit an amazing client, amazing people. They get to work with wonderful people in your staff, and they've already started to see that. And I really think you're going to be very pleased and really enjoy working with the attorneys at Wilson, Williams, Fillman, and Dittman. I've known several of those attorneys since the beginning of my legal career. A couple of them are my mentors, Jeff Wilson and Ken Fellman. And now they're at this firm, and you'll have the benefit of all of their attorneys focus on municipal law and expertise. And I can't say enough. I can't say enough to you, Betsy, about this city council and this staff. And I can't say enough to you all about the wonderful firm that you'll be working with, and the level of service you'll receive will be Parnum. And it's also, I think they're really a firm that's in line with the city's values and cares about communities and the people who work for those communities, just like my firm has over the years. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to work with you, and that I get to leave you, I believe, in good hands. And I know you'll feel the same way. So just on behalf of Dave, who's now retired, and Bill and the other attorneys at my firm, we're very grateful for the opportunity to have worked with you for so long. And I'll be keeping an eye on Sheridan and looking for all of you and your staff at Colorado Municipal League conferences. And
Yes.
so it's not goodbye in my mind, but you really have an amazing city here, and I want the public to hear that. And I'm glad I got a chance to say that. So final words, I just want to say that when you approve your resolution this evening, appointing your new city attorney, I would like to symbolically leave the chair and have Ms. Betsy Stewart sit in the chair for the rest of the meeting. It's hers from now on. And I'm excited to have that handoff during this meeting. And again, just look forward to hearing really good things on both sides of this. So thank you for the honor of getting to work with you all. We appreciate it very
Yeah,
much.
absolutely.
Thanks for your service.
Yes, thanks. You guys will be missed. I'm gonna keep Betsy on her toes. Betsy, I just got back
As
on
you should.
social media. Tell you what, I get in trouble, I'm gonna be calling you. Yeah, no, I'll be good, I promise. Yeah, city manager, what do you got for us?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. First off, I want to say thank you to Thea and all of her service. A 19-year career on planning and zoning commission is all but unheard of. And we're really, really fortunate to have been the benefit of all her experience over all these years, and her family as well, and everybody that on her family that served the city. So thank you very much to that. And thank you very much to Mary Lynn and to Bill and to Dave. And all you guys have been everybody I've worked with since I've started here as well. So I really want to say thank you and appreciate it, and wish you the absolute best on your newest challenge and new endeavors. I think it'll be great. So thank you to everybody, to Mary Lynn and her firm. Very quickly, we had Can Do meeting on the 14th, and I will, I'm not going to go into detail on this, but I will mention this. The meeting got hacked by Russian porn while the meeting was ongoing. So that stuff is still out there and it's still going on. So please be careful with your meeting links, and not just here, but anywhere. Be aware that that stuff is still going on out there. We're looking at our process with our how we handle the public links to the meeting Can Do, and how we scan or, at least control who gets access into those meetings so that we hopefully don't have a repeat on that. I think we've done a good job with what we have here for these meetings and the actions that the council has taken over the past year or so or 2 years with making sure that we are able to control access to our online aspects of our meetings. So, but just be aware of that. Be careful who you share links with. Council, you get special links for our council meetings as we host these as webinars, and you get certain accesses that are granted to our elected officials. And I'll say this to our staff does as well. So please be careful that you don't forward those on. If you need access or need to get somebody access, work with staff. We can get you certain links to make sure that we control those links to make sure we don't have repeats of that. Let's see. But on a good note, it can do just a few things that were talked about there. Sheridan Rising Together for Equities having a children event on April 5th, 5 to 7 p.m. at the Rec Center. We are seeing an increase, or Arapahoe Health is seeing an increase in requests for the MMR vaccine, which is measles, mumps, and rubella, with the outbreaks that we're seeing in certain parts of the country. So that they're making those available. The library has a new Hope booth that provides resources and community resources that people can just walk in and can go into the Hope booth and reach all manner of resources, whether whatever your need might be. And so that's a new resource that we're seeing at the library. That was Sheridan Food Bank, the busiest month ever for the Sheridan Food Bank was last month. They're regularly serving 200 plus families right now. They're always looking for volunteer help. If somebody reaches out to you and says, how can I help in the community? They're a great organization to steer people towards to help out. Of course, they always will take donations. They're especially looking for volunteers that are multilingual. Especially Spanish, but other languages as well. So that seems to really help the process go smoothly if the folks that are coming in and seeking assistance through the program there, if they have somebody they can speak with there one-to-one, seems to help out quite a bit. So keep that in mind. I attended the Arapahoe County Mayor's Managers and Commissioners meeting Greenwood Village hosted last week. The main takeaway from that is we had a discussion around local enforcement of federal immigration law. And I will put it in a nutshell for everybody here. We do not enforce federal immigration law. That is against the law for our local police department to enforce federal immigration law. There are several different state statutes that forbid that. And so we had discussions about that. That has been one of the big messages that we're trying to push out to our local folks and our folks in our communities, that we do not have enforcement on any of those cases. We do not go knocking door to door looking for anybody or checking immigration status. The only time that we will have cooperation, and we do have interaction with federal authorities on that, is if there's been some criminal activity. And then we do talk with ICE and other federal agencies if there is some coordination needed or some communication needed with regards to criminal activity. And that's normal. We do that with anything. So really, a lot of the discussion came out of this. Things haven't changed really for us here. This is always the way that it's been in Colorado. But what I think is most important is that how we get that message out and talk to people more. And I know the chief has been working on that. But I think it was a good discussion to have as part of that meeting as well. I think that is all I've got. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I don't have any questions. You guys have any questions? Ernie, got anything? All right, thank you.
Chief, hey, good to see everybody.
So before I talk about the one thing I was going to talk about, I want to publicly thank Mary Lynn and your firm for all the support you've given us. We're probably probably the biggest consumer of your time since you've been here. And you all have been nothing but fantastic. You worked with us on some very difficult things. You were always open to listening and finding us a solution and not simply saying no. We worked a lot with Bill Hayashi and publicly want to thank Bill Hayashi for all of his knowledge and everything he did for me the last 4.5 years that I've been here. Just want to publicly say that we will miss you. Yes, we're looking forward to Betsy too. We'll be happy there, but it's hard when you leave a relationship that really means a lot to us, and you definitely, in your firm, definitely meant that to us. So, wanted to say that again. Thank you from all of us, and I know from all of the cities. So, thank you. Just the one thing I was going to touch on, the Shared and Rising Together, we talked about the Citizens Academy that we had there. That worked so well, and again, the relationships that we build, that Lisa from there is asking if we will do another modified one in the morning for some of the women that wanted to go that couldn't attend the evening. So it won't be the full-blown thing because we, brought a lot of officers in and different things, but we will accommodate them and help them understand what we do as a police department, just as our city manager was talking about, help them to know the processes and what we do and what we don't do. So we are going to accommodate them on that. And there's also an opportunity to have a workshop for our victim rights, for our victim assistance coordinator to have a workshop with them and help them understand what we can do as a city to help them. So those relationships work. We will continue to help any way we can. I know our time is valuable, but what we get out of our cooperation and partnerships with folks like from Shared and Rising Together are more than worth the time that it takes. So just so you know, we are committed to helping all of our citizens, but especially in this need right now where there's this concern and the issues that we're having, we're going to do everything we can plus to help them. So if any of you have any questions, you ever want to attend one of the, even if it's just one of the days that we put this on, you're welcome to do that. Just let me know if you're interested and I can get you the times. But it'll probably be between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. is what they're asking. And we'll probably just do a modified 2 or 3 day short workshop and touch things on, quicker topics. So you're welcome to attend. But Mayor Pro Tem, anything else, or any city council, anything else for me? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Send me that information. I want to attend.
Okay.
No one has any, are we good? All right. Then we're gonna go to minutes. Minutes of the regular city council meeting of March 10th, 2025. I have a motion by Marino and a Councilman Marino and a second by Whitaker. We can get a vote, please. That motion is approved. And we have a consent agenda, approval of disbursements. Authorizing disbursements have been and will be made from March 1st, 2025 to March 15th, 2025 in the amount of $417,193.18 per reference and attached transfer of funds. I have a motion by Councilman Camacho and a second by Councilwoman Stang. We can get a vote, please. And that motion is approved. Next, we have a consent agenda authorizing disbursements. No, sorry, I already read that. Had it twice. Next, we'll have individual consideration. Next, we have items for individual consideration. We have Resolution 9-2025. And I have a motion by Councilmember Whitaker and a second by Councilmember Marino.
Mayor Pro Tem Kelly, could you read that resolution out loud, the title of it, please?
Yes, I can. This is going to be a resolution for the City Council of the City of Sheridan, Colorado, appointing Betsy L. Stewart as a city attorney and approving a legal service agreement with the law firm of Wilson, Williams, LLP. DBA Wilson Williams, Fellman Dittman. We can get a vote.
We have a motion by Councilmember Whitaker and a second by Councilmember Moreno, and your voting screen is up.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Betsy, I should have turned the page.
And that resolution passes unanimously.
Hmm.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say a quick word of thank you. Thank you, Mary Lynn, for the wonderful words and the kind introduction. I'm so thankful to have this job and to be appointed, and I'm really proud to represent this community and get to know all of you better and serve you. And I'm so thankful I'm inheriting a wonderful community from very talented legal services. Not only that, just decades of it. So I hope to do you all proud and look forward to many years together.
Thank you so much. This one right here, the public. Okay. All right, public hearing. We'll be having public hearing before City Council. This is to review an application for rezoning for the commercial com.c district to the business light industrial BUS-LI district for property located at 3050 West Hamilton Place. Now, on this one, Jenna, do we pause?
Oh, on the procedures, it'll tell you to recess the regular meeting and then open into a public hearing and state the time.
Okay, let me look here. I don't see that. I don't see the procedural part here.
Procedures, so start here at the.
Right at that part.
Yep.
Okay,
State of the city council will enter into a public hearing at the.
okay. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Jen. Appreciate you. I don't know what I'll do without you. I'll be sitting here up here looking like somebody help me out here. Start sweating. All right. At the regular meeting, all right, the city council will enter into public hearing and the time is 7:38 to consider a proposed zoning change from the commercial com-c district to the business light industrial BUS-LI district to the property located at 3050 West Hamilton Place. So do I read this, the ordinance after that? Okay,
Not yet,
not yet?
not yet. No.
Okay,
The exhibits.
Yes,
Yep.
you're
All right,
going
so-
to. Try getting there. So now you'll enter the following exhibits into the record
okay.
and
that'll
you'll
be-
list the staff report, including all of those items.
Okay, so it'd be the Exhibit A, staff reporting, including application for rezoning, letter of authorization, narrative letter, site development plan, site photos, property owners within the 300 map radius list, the neighborhood meeting notice and notes, planning commission minutes, the PZ resolution 1-2025, the affidavit of publication and night of hearing, affidavit of posting and pictures, and the letter of correspondence. The opening remarks by City Planner Ari Snow. That is you, my man.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Kelly and City Council. As you stated, we are here to discuss the potential rezoning of 3050 West Hamilton Place. For those online, I am on page 64 of the packet, and I just want to call out two errors that I identified after this was published. On page 70, condition 2, there is an "and" at the end of that sentence. Kind of alluding to a third condition. There is not a third condition. It is those two conditions. And then on page 93, which is the development agreement, there's a second the second whereas states that there's the redevelopment of an existing structure. There's currently no structure there. We're developing a new structure, and the exact location of that structure will actually be identified through the site development process, which is staff approvable. Should this rezoning hearing go in the applicant's favor. All right. Oops. So I will just kind of highlight some of the key points of the staff report and then happy to answer any questions. So for background of the rezoning, the subject property is comprised of one property located in the Fort Logan Northgate neighborhood, south of Hamilton Place and west of Federal Boulevard. It's currently zoned commercial. The applicant has applied for rezoning to business light industrial to support their fabrication use, as the applicant intends to open a granite cutting warehouse and showroom. The applicant will and the business light industrial would support that use and all other uses in that district. The applicant will be required to make certain public improvements as part of this rezoning, and there is a site development plan process to follow. The current owner purchased the property in September of 2021. The property is surrounded by industrial and commercial businesses, making the business light industrial use fit in with this area of the neighborhood. There's actually a different granite cutting business directly to the west of the subject property. Staff held a pre-application meeting with the applicant in October of 2021. A neighborhood meeting for the project was held on June 7th of 2022. And the second pre-application meeting was conducted in August of 2024 after a new project management consultant was hired for the project. The formal rezoning application was filed with the city that day on August 1st, 2024. Just an overview of zoning, land use, and subdivision. It's currently zoned commercial, requesting to rezone to light industrial to allow for the fabrication use, which is not permitted in commercial. There is a map on page 2 of the staff report, which outlines adjacent zoning and land uses. I'm just going to read through that quickly. So directly north of the property is a multifamily home, which is zoned R5 in unincorporated Arapahoe County. To the south is a trade school that is also zoned commercial. To the east, there is a vehicle sales lot and commercial or convenience store with fuel sales. That is a planned unit development with underlying commercial zoning. And to the west is a multi-unit development with commercial suites, which has underlying zoning of commercial and light industrial. Staff followed the process outlined in section 56-583, which outlines rezoning applications. 56-586 actually outlines the specific standards for zoning. So the applicant had to meet 2 requirements. The proposed zoning has to promote the health, safety, and welfare of the inhabitants of the city of Sheridan, and staff finds that it does. By helping to activate the site and deter illegal dumping that has taken place over the years at the site, And with the addition of the public improvements, curb gutter and sidewalk, that should help alleviate flooding issues and pedestrian access to that part of town. And then additionally, the application, the proposed zoning is consistent with the goals of the comprehensive plan, specifically goal CG 4.2, which is to promote community growth and encourage redevelopment of underutilized properties in the city. The project was referred to standard referral agencies and departments, public works, sanitation, fire, building, Excel, Denver Water, and then since it's adjacent to unincorporated Arapahoe County, we did also refer it to the Public Works Department, and they do the community development for Arapahoe County. And you can find their comments on pages 3 and 4 of the staff report. As I mentioned previously, the neighborhood meeting was conducted on June 7th of 2022. We had 2 meetings from unincorporated Arapahoe County join that meeting, and they did not show any opposition to the project, and we're actually kind of excited to see something happening. Specific noticing requirements for any public hearings that have taken place are outlined in, or for Planning Commission are outlined in section 56-584. And those were followed. All appropriate affidavits are attached to the staff report for your review. The Planning Commission held their public hearing on February 19th of 2025, and a motion was made to pass Resolution 1-2025 and to approve with conditions, to recommend approval with conditions to the City Council. Based on those observations, staff suggests that City Council approve the rezoning request from commercial to business light industrial with the following conditions. 1, the public improvements, including curb gutter and sidewalk, be installed along Hamilton Place, and such improvements be reflected in the associated site development plan that will come after this hearing, likely. And 2, that the developer enter into a development agreement with the City of Sheridan for the fulfillment of those public improvements. That is the staff presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions? I see the public didn't show up and other businesses didn't, like no one had any disagreements or.
Nope, we got one when we noticed the project for Planning Commission. Those same 2 residents emailed me, and I put it, I believe it's in this report, but you know, not necessarily a letter of support, but no opposition, I would say. So yeah, silence can be a good thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Nope. Anthony, you good? Michael? Desiree? Yeah. Ernie, you good? Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Mayor
Thank you.
Pro Tem Kelly, we'd like to invite remarks from the applicant as well.
Oh, yeah, no, I was
Yeah,
doing that
okay.
next. Yeah, see, I saw that.
Just want to make sure that we are including them.
Yes, absolutely. If you may.
Hello, my name is Michael Bykov. I'm with Viewpoint Drafting. I'm the consultant for the owners, Sergey and Irina Perederev. And like Ari said, we're here for the rezoning of 3050 West Hamilton Place from COM-C to Business Light Industrial. We have a small presentation just kind of showing, the next slide, please, shows the existing conditions of the property, the existing zoning, and kind of the intent of the existing zoning, and that the fact that the property is vacant. There is some material storage on the property, but that has been removed. And like Ari said, there has been some illegal dumping on the property because it's vacant. That also has been a little bit of a nuisance, but taken care of by the owner. And then the next slide kind of just shows the neighborhood, the intended use of the property, and the goals from the comprehensive plan. And then the last slide, if you could, just kind of shows our proposed concept of what their business would roughly look like and how it would serve the public.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Looks good.
That is the goal.
Yeah. If that's the goal, man, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. It looks good. Anyone have any comments?
I think it's so much better than a dirt field where people dump stuff. And
Yeah,
it's great to have additional business in the city. I hope it goes great.
yeah, absolutely. No questions. Everybody else is okay? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we invite comments from staff, planning commission, and council,
And legal counsel, yes.
and legal. Oh, you didn't write that on there. Legal counsel. Any
have-
comments?
I have none.
No further comments from staff.
Okay. Okay, I close the public hearing. The time is 7:50 p.m. Now I read this next.
Okay, now you are on ordinance 7.
Okay. All right. We got ordinance 7, 2025. An ordinance for the city council of the city of Sheridan, Colorado, rezoning the property located at 3050 West Hamilton Place from the commercial COM-C zone district to the business light industrial BUS-LI zone district with the conditions. And I have a motion by Councilmember Whitaker and a second by Councilmember Marino. Can we vote, please? And that motion is approved. Congratulations. That's it. So, mayor's choice. That's it. That's it for this one. Yeah, we have a couple more after this. I don't have anything to report. Any council members have anything to report? No? Jay, you good?
I'm good.
All right. All right, we have public comment. Shall not exceed 20 minutes. Anyone from the public want to come up and speak? How are you doing?
Real well, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah, you just
Appreciate the
introduce
time.
yourself,
Sure.
your address if you like.
Excuse me. My name is Rick Pilgrim. I live at 5191 Bomar Drive in the town of Bomar. And I'm here this evening to introduce myself because I'm a candidate for the South Suburban Parks and Recreation District Board of Directors. There are 5 members. This year, there are 3 open positions, and I think we're about 11 different candidates. So
Wow.
it's a little busy. But I served as mayor of Bomar for 10 years, much smaller community than yours. I worked a lot with your former mayor, Dallas Hall, and we did a number of good things together. I grew up in Littleton. I actually learned to ski through South Suburban. They put you on a bus when you're in junior high for $4. You get a lift ticket for $4, and you bring your sack lunch on the bus. So that was in the late 60s. Played soccer. We have 3 daughters. They all were through different parts of the South Suburban program. Now our grandchildren are doing that. In fact, they just played at Fort Logan. I know that's not part of South Suburban, but it's fun to see the generational aspects. And that's one of the main reasons that I'm running for the board, is to make sure that the district adds to our quality of life, and improves our property values, and makes it a good place for our children to grow up. Everybody in the district gets a catalog each season. This is the spring catalog. The voting is a little interesting because you got to vote in person on May 6th. And so this tells you how to do it. You can also go to the website and request an absentee ballot. That's probably one of the more the easier ways to do that. They will mail out those ballots later in April, and you'll need to return that so that it gets there before May 6th. There's about 151,000 residents in the district. Last election, 2,300 voted. It's about $112 million budget. So accountability, transparency is an important thing, and that's one of the things that I'm planning to focus on. So with that, I appreciate your time. Each of us as a candidate, there is a profile on the website. And so if you want more information, but I encourage you and everybody you talk to, please vote.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to speak with us. Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Anyone online? All right, we're adjourn this meeting. That time is 7:56. Then we'll have our Sheridan Redevelopment Agency. Can I just jump right into it?
Give me just a minute to load the meeting software and then we'll be ready to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, meeting software is back up.
All right, I call the Sheridan Redevelopment Agency meeting. The time is 7:56 p.m. Let's do roll call, please. All right, and all the council members are present, with Mayor Byers-Fleur being excused for tonight's meeting. Do the approval of minutes. Minutes for our SR regular meeting of February, March 24th, 2025, right?
No, it's for the minutes from February 24th,
Okay.
from 25. The
I'm
last
just
meeting.
making sure.
I'm not that good.
I'm
Okay.
just making
I don't got
I'm
meetings
just
done
making
or minutes
sure.
done for tonight's meeting yet there, Mayor Pro Tem.
I'm just making sure. It'll be the regular meeting for February 24th, 2025. Next, we'll have approval of the minutes. First by Councilmember Camacho, and then second by Jay Whitaker. We can vote, please. And that motion is approved. Then we'll have the financial reports. Receive and file financial reports. Have a motion by Councilmember Stang and second by Councilmember Moreno. Do we have any questions on the financial reports? All right, cast our votes, please. That is approved. We have approval of disbursements, authorized disbursements for March 25th in the amount of $169,427.22 that have been or will be made for expense reference below. Legal expenses, 0. Other professional services, $9,735.08. Can we get a motion? We have a motion by Councilmember Whitaker and a second by Councilmember Moreno. We can vote, please. That is approved. Thank you. Oh, hold on. There was more. See, I gotta start turning the page. I apologize, guys. I gotta turn the page. I was not done with that. We had city support services for $158,906 and other expenses for $786.14. Next time I'll make sure that I turn the page. I apologize. But it did pass as long as no one is, everybody's cool. All right, cool. And then after that, no resolution, new business, Pinnacle report.
And Mr. Or I should say, Board Member, President Pro Tem, I'm not sure what the title is.
I don't know. neither.
When, I know it's board member, but okay. Anyway, Teresa is suffering from the same illness that our mayor, I think, is suffering from as
Okay.
well. A lot of that going around right
I'll
now.
take care of the report.
Yeah, so the only thing I think that I would mention at the report is a takeaway is that I know that Teresa's very busy preparing for the audit right now. So that is taking up most of the time on the SRA efforts at the staff level is preparing for that audit.
Okay. All right. Well, then the meeting is adjourned. The time is 8:01. All right, we're out.